Spider-Man, a pulp culture icon and a legend. I can say without a doubt that this character has left an impact on the world, and for all the right reasons. Whether it's his story and relatability, the good morals he teaches, or even just his massive presence in TV, movies, and merchandise, like including stuff like this.
This doesn't seem safe.
Yeah, I'm afraid I might. Wow, thanks, Spider-Man.
Everybody gets one. Tell him, Peter.
Apparently everybody gets one.
Bingo.
Or even stuff like this. Or this. And this? I don't know what this is. What is that? And even stuff like this. Jokes aside, this character without a doubt has left a mark on pop culture, and he's widely considered to be one of the greats, right next to legends like Batman or Superman. But what about his character makes him so great? What are the aspects that make Spider-Man Spider-Man? I know I went over it a little bit at the beginning, but I can't stress enough how much media this guy's in, ranging from movies to games to even cameos in other media like the Fantastic Four comics, and even meeting Superman and Batman himself in his own solo comics. And he's been in about... Okay, quick editor's note. I'm reading this the Sunday before this is due, and I got some of my information wrong. I was reading my original paper, and I had originally said that there were 6 movies and 10 shows, but now that I'm looking at it, I was wrong. There are actually 10 movies and 13 shows. We're gonna skip that part because I made a mistake, and I'm sorry I failed you. Just kidding, I don't care. But the impact Spider-Man's made on media is crazy, even leading to shows in Japan and full-blown statues in the cities like Osaka, Japan. Now, I could go on about each show for hours, but I only have like 5 to 10 minutes for this video, so I won't. But I'll still mention some highlights. Examples include the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, the 2 Amazing Spider-Man movies, the 3 MCU Spider-Man movies, and even shows like Spider-Man Unlimited, The Spectacular Spider-Man, and Spider-Man the Animated Series. Long story short, his presence in media alone just adds to the fact that he is insanely popular. Spider-Man's presence in media is one thing, but the amount of variance he has is honestly too much to count. Heck, even in movies like Spider-Verse show just how diverse the character can get, ranging from a cowboy, a cop, a black and white variant from the 1930s, to even crazy things like a pig or a T-Rex. While there are a whole list of different adaptations of the character, I'm gonna focus mainly on a select few, those being Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy, and Miguel O'Hara. Characters like these offer representation in different groups and give awesome unique takes on Spider-Man's story. They offer something to relate to and bring different themes and messages, whether it's Miles' creativity with art and his message of being yourself and his connection with his family and those around him, or Spider-Gwen, a female hero whose identity and abilities are constantly challenged, or Spider-Man 2099, who lives in a future where heroes are more tools rather than protectors and fights against corporate greed. In the end, Spider-Man has so many variations, too many to count, but it's exactly that makes him such a diverse and unique character that so many people can relate to. And to repeat the words of Miles Morales at the end of Spider-Verse, anyone can wear the mask.
Does Clark Kent change?
I couldn't tell you because I haven't read any Superman stories in years. But I'll tell you one thing you may not have thought of. You know one of the greatest things about Spider-Man's outfit, his costume?
What?
He is completely covered. So any kid could imagine he's Spider-Man because no color of the skin shows. He could be black under that. He could be red. He could be yellow. He could belong to any race. And that
True.
wasn't done purposely. It was done accidentally. But I think it was the best thing we did, making him so that he could be anybody under that costume.
I never thought of that, but that's true. That's great.
It is.
In every piece of Spider-Man media, there's a lesson to learn. Whether it's about resilience, never giving up, and no matter how many times you get knocked down, to always get back up. There's one main lesson that sticks out, and it's abundant in everything that he's in. The importance of responsibility. There's a quote that I'm pretty sure everyone who's at least heard of Spider-Man knows. That quote is,
With great power comes great responsibility.
this moment is pivotal in his story. In many versions, Uncle Ben was shot by a robber Peter could have stopped. From that moment on, Peter vowed to use his powers to make a difference. What that quote ultimately teaches you is that if you have the power to do something, make a difference, anything, you have the responsibility of using it to help others and do some good. Spider-Man is a great role model, someone a lot of people look up to, heck, including even me, and it's those lessons that add to why he's so iconic. What makes Spider-Man truly iconic in my eyes, and even in a lot of people's eyes too, is his story. Now, I've brushed over his origin a little bit, but it's the other things in his story and characters that help make him so great. From his suit design, created by Steve Ditko and Stan Lee, to the character's realistic portrayal and even silly things like the hyphen between Spider and Man. I mostly want to focus on one certain aspect of Spider-Man though. He is human. He's bound to make mistakes, and that's alright. Not everything he does works out, and people can resonate with that. Even though he's a superhero, he still has real problems. In games like Spider-Man on the PS4, he struggles with paying rent, finding a place to stay, keeping a job, and just balancing life with being a hero. When something goes wrong, he often blames himself.
This is all my fault.
A lot of what Peter faces is himself, his duality. Being Peter Parker and Spider-Man is constantly challenged, and while he might be able to take down big villains in suits of armor, he has limits. The same that we do. We're all human. We're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna mess up. But it's from those mistakes that we learn to get back up again. Spider-Man is an icon, and that's because of so many aspects of his character. His appearances in mainstream media, the powerful lessons his stories teach, and the endless different variations of him that people can relate to. All of these things together make Spider-Man who he is. With the massive amount of popularity he's earned, Spider-Man's impact on pop culture has helped spread his story everywhere. A story about never giving up, standing up for what's right, and reminding us that anyone can be a hero. A story that helps you be greater.